Hey everybody, welcome to the Growing with Fishes podcast. We are on episode 151. 151. So today we are live at the new Reap, Oklahoma complex. We are inside the greenhouse that we'll have the last of the parts. So today we are live. Well, the last of the parts for it here in the end of the week, and we'll be able to finish up most of our construction in the next 30 to 30 to 45. Sorry, 30 to 45 days. We may have to abruptly end the episode. We decided we were going to do it live here today. Had some issues scheduling guests. I do apologize. I have some really cool ones in the queue. We just had some issues with getting everybody booked up for this week. But we'll have somebody on for Thursday for sure. Doing it live here from the complex. We thought we'd give you guys a little bit of a walking tour. But there is a tornado very close to where we are right now. So
yeah,
we're going to give you guys a tour, and on the off chance, depending on what direction the storm goes, we're gonna have to cut it short, unfortunately. But we're gonna walk you around. So actually, why don't you introduce yourself, Bane?
Hi, I'm Bane here with Reap, Oklahoma, Reap Farms. So this is kind of our place we've got going here. So yeah, glad to have y'all.
A lot of this building is his doing.
Yeah, yeah. All the steel you see around. So I'll take credit for that.
These are going to be our three main production bays for the first building that we're putting up. There's other ones going up. This is the first one. It's going to be our kind of more R&D, not R&D, but bread and butter, figuring out which cultivars are going to be the best for main production on our bigger spot later on. So that's what this is, and this is going to also be producing a lot of cannabis for our dispensary in the meantime. So each of these bays here, you can see vertically, we're going to have 5 different beds in each of these, and they're all going to be cut down into 12 by 4 beds that we're going to be flooding and draining. They're going to run out to the sump room, which we're going to show you in a minute. And each of these bays is going to be separated. So we'll have a wall up here. We'll go across. We'll have a wall up over there. And this way, they'll each be different independent light depth tunnels. So, if we need to run the lights a little longer or not in each of the bays, we can, depending on time of year. And if we need to veg something a little bit longer, we can veg a whole tunnel. And then it'll be split up into 2 different zones for each bay. So we have a total of 6 zones across the whole system. Each of those 6 zones can be routed to any of the 5 sump tanks and any of the 5 fish tanks or any combination thereof. So the same thing with each of the individual beds. Each row of beds can be run to a different sump if we need to for different isolation purposes or experimentation purposes. It's also a lot easier than moving plants. Rather than us moving a whole bunch of plants from bay to bay and having, a veg room and a flower room, all I have to do is shut off the valves from one side, turn them on the opposite side, and I've just switched the whole place over from veg to flower, and we're good to go.
Yeah, without moving a couple hundred plants at any one time. Yeah. Saves a few bags.
The labor cost of 15 seconds. So we're going to walk over here.
What's the total length, Steve, of the greenhouse?
So these are what was it, 110 feet by 21 feet wide. And the only reason why we went with this small was just because we were able to pick this up for next to nothing.
Oh yeah, next to nothing. Yeah, okay. Right.
Yeah, we got a really good price on it from somebody else. So, but our next facility is going to be a brand new from Farm Tech, which is going to be a lot bigger than this one, which will be over there actually.
Yeah,
right over there. So we have our sump room, which is down behind me.
Yeah, and
hold on, let me
the early stages of the sump room.
So we dug this out. We haven't poured it or anything yet, but with all the rain,
cut down to bedrock and it
cut down to bedrock and it filled with water. So we're gonna have to pump that out so that we can pour it and frame it out. But that's gonna be done soon. So this is gonna have 5 3,000-gallon tanks. So we'll have 15,000 gallons of sump tank if we need it, and we can do any combination thereof. So I can run, what we're gonna end up running is 3 or 4 of them for flower, and then 1 to 2 of them for veg, depending on the configuration. But we have it really easy to balance out. And again, we can isolate if I want to do 5 separate systems and have one bay and the rest of it all be separate. I can do that. It's all by changing the valves and what return goes where. We have a ton of control with the system. So if I need to balance anything out or take more or less fish run off of each one, we can really have a lot of control over what's going to happen. That's going to be really awesome. And then we're going to have a storm shelter at the end because we average a tornado every 1.1 years, and there's the storm right there. Literally has a tornado warning on it right now, behind me as we speak. So I'm not exaggerating.
Nestled in between the fish tanks and the nice storm shelter.
So over here, this here, we got a fish room. You can see we have our 3,000 gallon tanks over there, and the 1,200 gallon fish tanks, and then we have our 450 gallon filtration tanks. I'm sorry, 650 gallon filtration tanks. I'm sorry, we've got bigger ones. Forget that we upgraded everything. Anyways, here's Bane. Bane's got 2 inches on me. You can see him. They're 12-foot wide diameter, some tanks. Got a buggy on me. So those are going to line up right here. They're going to be in a row. And then we're going to have a door over here so we can roll in on a pallet right in the corner. We can roll in our fish food and everything and our different minerals that we're going to use for our batch tanks. And then behind me here are going to be our brew tanks and our mineralization tanks. We're going to have 6 top feed tanks that are going to go out, 1 for each zone in the greenhouse for top watering. It'll be all automated. I'll hit one button. It'll feed everything with real accurately without overwatering, and then shut off after a few seconds of however long I need it to run. So it's real accurate. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's going to make top dressing with the whole dual root zone, real simple. I'll have 6 buttons and I'll be done for the day. It'll be great. It'll make everything real simple. All I need to do is brew up my KNF stuff, my minerals, my mineralization, and then any mineral, if I'm doing any mineral compounds, potassium silicate, calcium carbonate, magnesium, langbonite, any of the other stuff that we use. That's the space for us to do that in. And then we'll have a little dosing tank there that we can run that goes to the different sumps if we need to add things, all from that one room. Plumbing runs back there. So again, it's kind of like the mineralization / fish room. It keeps all that nice and clean and away from the rest of the plants. And this will be the nursery. So we'll have the 3 or 4 more rows of moms in here. And then we'll have a whole racking of clones and seedlings in here. And then outside here, over in the field, we will have a whole bunch of outdoor plants. So we're going to have a whole bunch of rows of plants there, and then along the back edge here, we're going to have around 800 plants of outdoor. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've done anything outdoor on that scale, so it's going to be really kick-ass. And we're going to grow side by side. We're going to have the same cuts out there as we are in here. We're going to do chemovar comparisons, and if we end up going out to the regenerative conference next year, that's what I'm planning on presenting on. So check it out, and yeah, a little walk around of what we're doing. We've just been busy pruning and cloning.
Busy. Yeah, making clones, getting them ready.
Making sure we have all the orders we need. There's a whole trailer. Those are all buckets.
Yeah, 3,000.
3,500 buckets.
That's all?
Pots, all those pots for all the plants we're going to have. So, and then we have, 80 gallon pots coming,
Yeah,
I think, for the
800 100-gallon pots.
800 100-gallon pots, and all the compost for that coming this week as well for the outdoor.
Yeah, the truckloads.
So we've been working on
start rolling in.
large batching our KNF stuff and our compost teas and our IMOs and our labs. I know my most of my refrigerator currently is labs. Bane will attest.
Yeah, I can
it's all milk jugs. So it's pretty hysterical. So my whole kitchen counter in my kitchen is all labs as well. So we're scaling everything up while we're finishing up construction. We're gonna finish the roof on those, and then we'll cut the plumbing in, and then they're gonna put the fish building on after that. Once we put the filter tanks in the ground, and the other, we're still waiting on the brew tanks. We have 850 gallon brew tanks that are supposed to get here. I don't know what day. I think next week. So go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, for your outdoor plants, are you still going to be watering them with like water from your system? Like, have you guys-
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, so we have 3 850 gallon tanks, 2 of them for mineralization, and the other one is for making compost teas and for making stuff to water the outdoor. Or if I need to pre-treat it with potassium thiosulfate or whatever, depending on what we're testing, if we're taking it from the well or from the city. Right now, I don't want to take it from the well because of the flooding, but eventually that'll change.
Have you guys found any like wild crafting stuff, like inputs that you think you'll be able to break down with KNF, or what are you guys looking to?
Yeah, we have tons of
inputs
mullein. There's stinging nettle here. I'm trying to think what else we found. A bunch of there's blueberries, raspberries.
Yeah, plenty of
What
nettle.
was the other berry? There's another berry out here.
Yeah,
There's some other stuff. Can't think of everything else off the top of my head. I haven't really had time to really go and forage the property yet because we've just been so busy trying to get everything growing between the 2 grows. So, but I'm sure we do. And the only thing I haven't seen out here is horsetail. So I think we're gonna go grab some and seed that in a couple places on the property.
Cool. There's a lot of different kinds though. So out there in the plains, it might look a little different. I want to look up some of the, because there are a few variations.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I bet you'll find some eventually.
The desk so we can sit at least. But what else? Any questions from chat on what we got going on?
I don't have chat open. 1 second.
Yeah.
I don't see anything yet.
See me get sucked up and suddenly I'll have red high heel shoes on. And I'll have to click them together so we can get home. Get back to the grow. Yes. Click your steel-toed boots together to get back to the grow. So, any other questions?
Everybody's just saying we're on tornado watch for you. Like, we can see behind you, so we got your back.
If you guys really want, we could probably position it to where we could like literally have it behind us if you guys give a shit that much. But either way, we'll keep an eye out. No worries. My phone's all set up. Both of our phones will go off if we're in trouble. Plus, there's tornado sirens, so we'll hear. Yeah, we'll be all right.
Right on.
Leave us. We'll scram if we need to.
we'll run. Don't worry. So what fish we're gonna use? So we plan on starting off with koi, and then maybe we're gonna do koi probably in 3 of the 5 tanks, and then maybe do yellow perch in the other ones and see how that goes, and see what kind of plate price we can get for them. Right now, we honestly haven't had a ton of time to do a lot of market research on what the best freshwater fish is gonna be here. Right now, yellow perch is, in my short investigation time, seems to be one of the better ones that we can resell quickly in Tulsa, which is within about 45 minutes of here. So that's really going to be our best bet. But koi are going to be the other one. Once we cycle those koi out, we'll probably switch to all perch or maybe even possibly tilapia, but tilapia don't sell for that much here. So trying to find some other options, maybe bluegill or crappie. Crappie is real popular for restaurants.
Yeah, if we can get the crappie trained on a pelleted food, they would do really well here,
Yeah.
I think.
So we'll do a little more research on that. Right now, I've been so focused on just getting all the stuff we need here on the schedule, and in the next 2 weeks, we're gonna, next week we'll have outdoor plants here. The fence will be done by the beginning of next week, and we start bringing the outdoor out here. So, kind of getting ready to get plants in the ground right away. Any other questions in chat? What do you got going on, Marty?
Oh, not too much. Just had a little extra time, so I thought I'd pop on, check out your greenhouse setup. So not too much going on with me. Just getting ready to move, starting to break down some of the systems and take a bunch of stuff out, and just kind of get it prepped to move. And then we're hoping that I think once the inspection passes, the other landowners said I think their inspection was today or something like that. And so once everything is good on that, then I'll be able to. They said I can bring my systems over and like stick them in the corner of the property, and so that'd be pretty cool to be able to get them over there and out of my hair, so we can start packing shit up and getting ready to move. So that'll be fun. What about Mr. Green Jeans? What's up, Mr. Green Jeans?
Oh man, I don't have much to report either. But someone in chat wants to know about growing monitors, HB. Are you guys going to use any grow monitors when you get it all up and running? And also DWC Grow says he comments prawns are cool, and I kind of wanted to know about that too, like kinds of shrimp and things like that.
So the issue is that there's some things you really shouldn't do with cannabis that are perfectly fine with lettuce if you have lower nutrient levels, but would not want to do with cannabis because the potassium levels that we're doing are much more dangerous. Prawn and salmonids tend to, and white bass, the other one, or striped bass, or striper, or wiper, any hybrid bass, any of those. Because they end up replacing the salts in their bloodstream with their salinity balancing with potassium. They end up overdosing on potassium and having heart issues because of the higher level of potassium. Whereas tilapia and koi and perch and most other fish are perfectly fine. Those particular fish, because of their salinity mechanism, makes them much more vulnerable to. Prawn also are much more sensitive to, and any crayfish are going to be much more sensitive to that. Again, perfectly fine for lettuce, but would not be very good options for cannabis. You're going to kill them very easily unless you're doing a decoupled system, which has its own set of headaches that come along with it. The other thing is that with mussels or clams, mussels have a parasitic larval phase. So if they spawn in your system, they will have a parasitic larval phase where they're attaching to the fish gills and causing issues. So that's not good. So the other thing that you want to do is, in that regard, is that making sure that you have no clams either, because they can clog up your plumbing. If you have a bunch of clams inside your plumbing, that can cause flow problems, and they're really a bitch to get out. The little larval ones. So it's really
we had a complete show last year. I can't remember. I think it was it our friend in Texas in Aquaponics using crustaceans and such. So there is an entire show in the catalog where it's devoted to talking about the use of crustaceans as a fish as opposed to fish.
Yeah.
I know.
What are the advantages? What are the advantages of them? Is there a reason why? Is it like I've heard like warmer temperatures or whatever, they can tolerate warm temperatures? Is that like the only reason?
It depends on the species. So they do produce their waste. If you concentrate it, is very good. But if you don't concentrate it, you can have some serious issues. Again, they can't handle the higher nutrient levels. They're too sensitive. What's up with you, Roger?
Me?
I was interviewing a friend of mine, a young fellow that's been helping me out a little bit right before the show, talking a lot about KNF and regenerative organic growing or natural farming, and explaining to him all the different concepts and methods that we've all been talking about for the past year. And he's going to be coming over this week to help me out. I've got a hugel bed started where I had cut down some pine trees a few years ago, and they were laying there side by side. So I got my big steel rod out and moved them around. So we're going to be knocking that. I have a real nice, about 24-foot hugel bed. So I'm looking forward to that. And I got tons of debris in the forest back here from all the hurricanes. So I'll be able to fill that up with, and I got a chipper shredder, and, I got a mulcher. I bought a suction like for leaves and stuff where I can really take them down to like one. Like I think I can take 25 buckets. Either it's 1 to 25, I think is what it said. I can take 25 buckets of leaves and make a like 5-gallon bucket and make it 1 5-gallon bucket, in the end. So that should be pretty cool. I can't wait. It's brand new in the box still. I haven't really got around to it, but we're going to tear off the old shed on the front of my commercial greenhouse. That's going to be one of my first things I want to do, just to make it safe to work around and give me a place to rebuild a quick lean-to kind of shed, so that I can start coordinating to take over my commercial greenhouse back from the weeds and the blackberries. And then we're going to be terracing the back part of where the guy cleared my land for trees. He made my land like this. So instead of having flat land that's graded, I got land that goes to the middle. So I'm going to put big tanks in the bottom of that. And then I'm on the backside, I'm going to terrace down, because I got about a 3-foot rise for about 50 to 60 feet. So I'm going to do terraces that'll drain back down. And that'll be something I'll be discussing with Steve. I don't see any way. I want to use fish to water them with, not necessarily all the time, but to input that nitrogen from the fish. But I don't think I'll be able to bring that down in a closed loop. I think I'll have to repurpose that to maybe something on the side, some other kind of garden, or somewhere on the side that I might be able to use it once it's filtered again. But y'all look like you're getting panicky. You see a tornado or something?
No, there was just lightning really close, and we're under a big metal frame. So we're gonna go move the laptop to the hood of the car, so we're not under a metal frame building.
Okay, I could see yeah, y'all look a little bit.
You guys will be able to see it in the back. Well, no, literally, it's heading straight at us.
Yeah, I literally believe you.
I just thought this would be fun and exciting. You guys could see our place, experience what we go through on a weekly basis.
Every day.
There you go. Literally.
Yeah.
I think we got the.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So,
So if y'all see anything spinning up back there, give a shout.
See a cat.
yeah, perfect. Yeah. Wouldn't that be something, huh?
You all saw Twister, right? You see a cow.
Yeah, I see some lightning. So anyway, so I got this helper, and he's a really intelligent young man, and what I like about it, I think what's got me the happiest tonight about this is the fact that if he works out and he actually learns what I know and what I'm delving into now, and we get it down, it will enable me to go places, like come and visit you guys, or go to extra conferences and all, where I can't leave now because I got nobody. Once I start get my big operation going again, I won't be able to go anywhere unless I have somebody I can trust. So I think that's what's really got me excited. He's really into it. He's got the right demeanor, I feel. He's got good work ethic and the right demeanor. So if he just hangs around and learns, and I may have somebody I can trust to watch the farm when I leave. So I'm real excited about that. So that's about it on the positive notes. On sad notes, I lost 2 cats this week, and so I've had a sad week. So
Get
other than that,
a question in chat. How many stages of filtration are you using? So we have it goes from the fish tank to radial flow filter, and then that goes down to a central pipe that flows out, and then the output pipes from the fish tanks also have a bag filter on it that kind of catches anything else that makes it past the radial flow, which isn't much. We scaled it to where those radial flows are about 20% of the size of the fish tanks. Was it 23? I forget what the exact percentage. Yeah, it's a 1,200-gallon fish tank with actually no, it's much higher than that. It's almost 50%. It's a 650-gallon radial flow with a 1,200-gallon fish tank. So about 50% of the size. So that's going to catch most of our fish yet. And then we run that through the main pipe, and then we also have a big bag filter, like a sock filter that catches anything else, and then that gets swapped out once a day. And then that just helps make sure that we don't end up with stuff farther in the line, and then we can remineralize everything. And if we want to take a little bit of that and put it in the media beds or feed the beds through other means, then we can. But that helps, keep almost all of the fish waste out, through that combined method. And it's super simple. We just swap the bag.
Are you gonna dose labs into your sumps?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We have a whole microbial dosing regimen. That'll be done, on a schedule to maintain system health and all that as well.
Awesome.
Yep. Getting darker.
It is. It's looming. It's looming.
What other questions do people have? Anything else for the grow out here? I thought we'd give you guys kind of an update. This is all going to be finished off in the next 30 to 45 days, barring torrential floods again.
Barring all that.
Yeah, depends how much the tornado tears up. You have to rebuild.
Yeah, barring the tornado sucking up the greenhouse and moving in the street.
Well, hey Steve, I got a question I came across. Somebody asked me today, and I told them I would ask you. So it has nothing to do with your gardens or your greenhouses out there in Oklahoma or mine, but it's something somebody wanted to ask me that I was possibly going to help do a garden. And one of the questions he had was, we've got tons of rabbits and tons of rabbits around here. What would we do, or what kind of companion plants might we plant to help deter the rabbits? I told him to put up a little fence, but that alone may not do it. So
does she have a young boy?
Huh?
Does she have a young boy? A Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah, BB guns do great.
Or Daisy pump.
Well, it was a male. It was a male, so I don't think he has given birth to a young boy. No.
No, but seriously, a Daisy pump action pellet gun's going to be your best bet.
Okay, well, that's probably not the answer they were looking for.
I don't like. Well, I would say
keep them out, like a good fence, but even that, like.
Yeah, there's nothing that comes to mind that like they rapidly like hate. I know Pachyssandra's good to keep mice out, but I've had rabbits bed in Pachysandra, so it doesn't work on rabbits.
Okay, all right. So because I couldn't think anything off the top of my head for rabbits. He's got squirrels.
No.
They got a lot of
rabbit pellet gun works better than anything else.
And then they got deer also because they're in an area.
22 or 9.
Huh? Yeah, well, you can't just willy-nilly shoot deer without going to jail or losing your land or your truck or your gun and everything else.
Oh, you can if they're destroying your crops, actually.
Yeah, I don't know about this state if you can or not. Every state's different.
Only allowed to shoot them if they're destroying crops.
Yeah, I'll have to check into that. That's interesting. I don't feel like they have I don't think they're going to be shooting any.
Falls under vermin law, and not every state, but a lot of states.
Yeah, get a couple of that.
Yeah, take a picture first and then shoot them.
Right. Yeah. Good. Well, I told him to just put up horse fence around the grow area. You know,
and a rubber round.
Good fence.
You can even use rubber rounds, man. You can get rubber riot rounds online. You hit a deer or a bear with one of those. They won't come back. I mean, they remember that shit.
That's it. Now, I like that.
If you don't want to kill a bear and it's coming into your yard and your trash and stuff, you shoot them with a rubber round. It's one of the few things you can use that'll keep them from coming back without having to put them down.
Of course, I hate to say it, but I've eaten beer, and that's better than cow steak. So, you know,
in the cold months,
you'd have a lot of meat. But I mean, I'm not for killing all the animals either. I don't mind hunting and stuff like that. But and if they were, I know how groundhogs are in some places where they hire somebody to sit out there all day and they pay them for groundhogs. So yeah, and like you said, a nice 22. That's what you need. Yeah. 22 with a scope and you're good to go. But yeah, I don't think these folks want to sit around looking for varmints to come up and mess with them. They just asked me today, and I said, well, we all know that you could kill them or trap them. You could possibly trap them too.
You go to Walmart or Kmart or any sporting store and get a Daisy pump action pellet gun and blast away, and that's going to be good. You can discharge them in most areas without legally being an issue, and
right.
You're fine.
As long as you're not shooting at a human with it, yeah, you're good. Yeah.
As long as you don't shoot a human
or a dog.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Well, that's something I wanted to throw out there since I know we're an abbreviated show. It's getting a little darker back there. Nice light.
Yeah, we can hear it grumbling in the background.
I have the radar up on my phone, so we're good. I can see what's going on.
And that's a nice setup y'all got out there, Blaine. That's really nice, man. I can't wait to come visit someday and see when it's going.
It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have all these different types of plants. We'll have some announcements on working with the university here in the next couple of months. We got some meetings and some stuff to work out, but we got some cool stuff in the works with the local university out here. And it's just we've been rocking it. The dispensary's been kicking ass. We've been crushing it there.
Taking a lot of clones, getting a lot of exciting genetics going.
Yeah. It's been, what did we do, like a 400 seed pop the other day?
Yeah.
That was fun.
The hunt is underway.
Yeah, it's really funny seeing. It's like, those 5 are boys.
Yeah.
Like,
You can see
I got some
towering
pictures I'm
over,
gonna put up on
yeah.
Instagram this week. Some really obvious boys versus girls.
Yeah, we got some good example shots today.
Really good example shots. The boys are like triple the size.
Um,
And directed.
sometimes I don't know what you tell me things in private that I can talk about online, so I'll be very vague. Is there anything about testing you'd like to tell anybody about something in the future of testing, or is that something we have to wait to hear more about?
No, I mean, we're going to be doing our in-house testing and doing a bunch of testing, comparing the genetics of the soil versus the aquaponics, and we're going to do chemovar testing in comparison across it. I've done a bunch of small scale stuff. I've even presented and talked on that on the show, and anyone that's seen me talk in person. But this is going to be awesome because we're going to have all this data and we're going to run a lot of it through the university. So, either way, and we're also going to be doing a fish study with them as well. So it's going to be super kick-ass.
Oh, cool.
Just working
And
on.
If I can add, before all y'all get all excited, don't be going, oh wow, we can send our stuff to Steve to test, because that's not the plan, right?
No, we are going to have in-house testing capabilities in our extraction lab. We'll be able to test all of our own chemovars and stuff in-house.
Right. But you don't want everybody on the planet sending their stuff to you to test.
Yeah. It's funny. I can see better detail in the sky on the camera
on the
than
picture.
on like behind me. Just looks black.
It is.
And then on the camera, I can actually see the shape of the clouds,
Yeah,
which
so
is kind of funny.
this is probably better for tornado.
Yeah, literally,
watch.
I can see better looking at the screen of the cloud structure behind me than I could if I was looking behind me.
Ooh,
But
good one.
anyway, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna be doing.
Oh yeah.
What are we up to? 120, 130 cultivars. We're gonna be thinning
I
it
think
down.
at least that. Yeah.
We've already trashed a couple that we've decided are just not gonna produce.
Yeah, that weren't setting up well from the very beginning.
Yeah, so there's 1 or 2 that we couldn't tell whether or not there might have been a possible viral issue, so we trashed those.
But a bunch of promising ones.
Hell
bunch
yeah.
of promising ones.
Some
Setting
incredible.
up really nice.
Got an amazing G13 hash plant.
Oh wow.
Much love, Dragonfly.
Oh yeah.
And it is just incredible. It's the bushiest, craziest looking plant. I'm like
Wow.
so looking
And
forward.
the healer looks really good.
And
too.
the healer.
The healer looks
the
really
girl
good. I'm
healer.
excited for that
The
one.
boy healer is probably the biggest plant we have.
It is. It's definitely from that seed pop. It's towering over the bed.
It's a good triple the size of every other plant from that we germinated at the same time. It's really, and really amazing. And I think that's going to be a good breeder. We'll look at it. We'll see what the flower structure is like, but sure as hell's got one fuck of a vigor to it. That's for damn sure.
Cool.
Shout out to everybody in chat. Sorry, I'm not typing as much. I'm trying to multitask and not die.
So I want to give a shout out to Malik. I want to say that we had a full moon this week, and I popped some of all 3 strains I got from Malik and Spider, and I popped Wendy's. Thank you, Wendy. I popped some of your I can't remember, it's Tubby Custard or something times Mango Mountain or something.
We got some of that one going at our place too.
How's it look? I just put the seeds in the.
It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good.
Cool. And
we popped all the seeds from ILGM.
You popped all of mine too?
Yeah.
Well, not mine. They're Robert's, but yeah, you got them from me.
Yeah.
And I popped the ones you gave me from Melty Head, the Citrix times Critical Berry or something like that.
Yeah.
And the last one, I had to ask you again because I don't remember what it was because it's not marked. What stuff we got from Kai at the conference. It wasn't coffee. It was something other. It was the other one.
Well, then ask Kaya because Josh.
Well, we talked about that one night, and I thought it was Kaya's coffee, and Josh said, "No, it's not Kaya's coffee. There was this other strain that he's doing now." Okay. Well, I was hoping I could find out so I could label the sucker. I just got K on it, so I know it's Kaya's. So that's all.
Okay.
That's all you need to know, right?
Right. Anything from him is good. Doesn't really matter.
So I'm excited. I've been cloning for 2 years. I'm excited as hell to pop 6 different genetics from very trusted sources. That I'm just, and they're all regulars. So I haven't done this in a while, so I'm loving it. I'm gonna have to actually watch and pay attention to this grow and a little more and sex them and possibly put aside a couple of males. Who knows? So it ought to be a lot of fun this year. The rest of this year anyway, and then we'll see how it goes. What we like the best. So thanks everybody. That's my little shout out to everybody since I been holding back on that till I got to the right time. So it's getting pretty dark over there, Bubba.
I think the one that we think, at least of the ones that we've decided on, I think that Durango, what is it?
The Durango Blues.
Durango Blues. I think of the ones that we know are definitely 100% on production.
Yeah, gonna run.
That one's looking really nice. Stacks up really good. Trying to think what else we have.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry Limeade, the other
Cherry
one I think
Limeade's
that
one
we've
we got a
settled
lot
on.
of.
And a little bit of White Widow.
Mm-hmm. The White Widow's
an
looking
old school
nice.
White Widow, and then the Bubble 98.
I was gonna say there's a pre-98 Bubba that's gonna be pretty dynamite.
Chase has been killing it with those.
Oh yeah.
So we'll get him on. He's been on before. We'll get him on again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, y'all let me know how those IL gem seeds do, and I've got Super Silver Haze for you too, but I didn't come into the day. I left for the conference, so
keep it coming.
I'm sure they pop real quick. Whenever you put them in, I've always had mine pop within 24 to 48 hours that I've got from here. So
Green Jeans and stuff is really good too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. I haven't really asked Mr. Green Jeans for any of
that. That Brandywine White Wizard, I'm excited for.
Yeah, the white wine.
Yeah.
So some of them did germinate, eh? So just only a few, right?
A few of those ones that stuck and started going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brandy wine is really nice.
You can see the roundness of the cloud on that one.
Oh my God, it's getting really dramatic behind you guys. It's scary.
You can see the cows now. No, but
I'm going by right here.
To pop in a bunch of your stuff, and we got a whole bunch of your different beans. Thanks so much.
Oh, yeah.
For all of the seeds.
Well, there's more coming. I owe you more. I mean, you're the one. You gave me a bunch of great genetics to begin with. I mean, it was, I just turned around and back at you with it.
Appreciated.
That's the way it works. That's the way it should work, man. That's
absolutely.
That's like group breeding projects. And there's always the goodwill when you know somebody and you think something of you think, oh, this guy will really like this stuff. You know what I mean? This will be the stuff for him. You know what I mean? And that seems to, I don't know. It just makes. That's how you get those unicorn plants. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, totally.
Because the goodwill came along with it somehow, and some magic happened or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I know it sounds crazy. It sounds totally unscientific, but I mean, it's somehow I've seen it happen over and over again. So.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Gotta pass those genetics on so they don't get lost, especially in the age of Phylos.
Right. Yeah. Fuck those guys. Oops. Did I say that?
Well, I've gotten a lot of good feedback from the show we had last Tuesday night with Vision Creator and Mr. Green Jeans talking back and forth about genetics and all that, and had a lot of great feedback off the show last week, just so you know.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, that was really fun. He was a good guest. I'm sorry for making so much noise over here. I better keep it muted. I think it's getting wicked noisy.
Somebody else asked how we're doing for planting schedules. So we'll have our clones. Those clones will go into rapid rooters, or I think we're switching over to iHorts for cloning. The reason why we're doing that over the spray cloners, even though it might add a day or two, it's a lot less chance of that failing. If that pump fails, we just lost a whole bunch of them. I got a bug in my hair. Sorry. Yep, there's all the bugs riding the thunderstorm.
Yeah, they're jumping around.
Running the
It's that time of night. It's bug time.
So they'll go from the rapid rooters into fertipots, and then the fertipots will get transplanted into their dual root zone pots. So that'll allow us to pack them all in nice and tight when they're little, and then spread them out when they're big.
Mhm.
Give them an extra couple days in high density, way we can get more heavy production out of them. That first week they're not going to get a ton of. I don't need to space them out quite yet. So
Woo.
what else have you been up to in the greenhouse? What else have you been like doing with the aquaponics? You worked in a lot of vegetable stuff, but not so much cannabis stuff in aquaponics.
Yeah, so we've been doing that is really my background. For anybody who doesn't know, was doing veggies down in Texas. Just recently kind of got into the cannabis game up here in Oklahoma when our neighbors came around with their legislation. We made the move up here to capitalize on the situation. It's been going really good right now. As far as the aquaponics goes, we've just been kind of getting the smaller system. We've got about 1,500 gallon system going that we're just building moms up, taking clones from, and kind of cranking out clones for what we just walked through earlier today, the big house up here. So it's kind of just been keeping everything in check, making sure our pH stays right where we want it, and getting that smaller system needs a little bit more maintenance just because of the inherent fluctuations that happen in a smaller volume system. So we've just been staying on top of that and keeping the clones nice and happy, and keeping our mamas nice and happy, most importantly.
Yep. Absolutely. Just making sure they're pruned down, trying to train everybody up on how to thin them properly, and how to top them, and how to prune them, and how to keep them manageable. We're gonna have a lot of plants close to each other, so we're gonna have to make sure that they're all pruned and kept well, so that we don't end up with a total jungle in there otherwise. Especially with the growth rate that you get with aquaponics, it can get ahead, it can get away from you. So
yeah, I think if we turn around for too long, we might come back to a full jungle in there.
Exactly. So
nice picture of the root zone. I saw that root that y'all were holding up that bucket with all the roots growing out of it. It was bigger than the bucket, so that was pretty cool. Humongous.
Oh yeah, cherry
that
limeade.
that plant's doing well. We moved that.
She
plant
went to
was
an outdoor
too big,
aquaponic system.
so we put it. Yeah, she's got her feet wet in an out fenced in area where we have a bunch of outdoor that other property, and it's in a pond, and it's grown considerably since we moved it outside.
Yeah, she outgrew the room pretty quick.
She was just too big. We had already taken a bajillion clones off of her. I'm just gonna restart. So, and since we don't have plant counts out here right now, we can just put them in the fence. As long as they're fenced in with your 8-foot fence, you're fine. So, well, even that technically isn't a rule yet, but
we're preparing it.
We're abiding by it as if it is, because I expect it to go through eventually.
Yeah, being proactive is the way to go. Do it when you build it. Do it right when you build it, and that'll save you a lot of time and
have the security, have all the plants in there, have the dogs in there at night. No one's gonna get in there.
Yeah. The fence guys are gonna get busy when it comes official too.
Yeah, when that passes, man, there's gonna be a lot of those fence guys are gonna be not know what to do. They're gonna be hiring all kinds of extra help. So
yeah, when half the people in Oklahoma have to put a couple acres.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we'll have an extraction facility and processing facility right next door here, with some offices and everything to manage everything down here, and then we're just going to kind of keep expanding this into a large complex of greenhouses as it grows on this whole flat. We have I don't even know how many acres here, quite a bit that we can expand to. A lot, I think at least 400 on this lower flat that we could expand to if we need to. So it's pretty sweet.
We got room to stretch out and grow.
Yep. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Cool. No more questions in chat. I haven't looked in a while.
Any other questions? We probably have maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, before this rain finally gets here. We got a light show, yeah. Complimentary light show.
Light show.
So I saw one talking about a question in chat asking about our security.
We have multiple layers of fences, and all of those fences have different types of cameras on them. And then we have
Dog.
I'm not going to give away much more than that, but you'd be a moron to come out here. It's one of the few states you can legally own a gun and have a cannabis license. So
there's that.
yeah, you can figure out what would happen.
Yeah, it's got to be hard for you being a Texas boy going to Oklahoma.
It was a bit of a shift, but we're enjoying it so far.
We have
Yeah, we have plenty of fun down here.
lots of
I
fun.
grew up for 6 to 8 years in St. Angelo.
Good, so we've been having a good time.
Yeah, with the rivers up, it's forced the fish into these eddies, and it's been like laughably easy to catch huge catfish since the flooding, because they're all getting out of the main channel too fast.
You need to get a John boat so you can run and build a canal system. So if you can't use your car on the road, you get in a boat and go.
A little Venice in between
Yeah.
all the green.
Build a little Venice, a moat.
The aquaponic property.
Yeah. Build the what are those things in Mexico? The things where they do the flooded gardens. I can't remember the name of it. They did like the original aquaponics. Chinampas. Yeah. Make like chinampas. Might have to at this rate. It won't stop fucking raining.
I know that's going on like that here too. Now we're out of the rain, and it's gonna rain the next couple of days. It's gonna be 95 to 100 for the next week. So I got to get the shade cloth over my plants, man. I got to get it going.
Just been great working on plants, building aquaponic systems again, rather than we're focused on paperwork and projections and design stuff and order lists and all the not fun part of actually getting a cannabis business running. It's been nice to like go touch plants again. So that's been fun. I know that's crazy, but oh, that is one thing somebody said about black fuzzy growth. Yes, labs would be a great thing to hit that with. I've seen a lot of all of a sudden after post flood, because it's been ultra humid and we haven't had a ton of wind. It's been really bad with people getting not so much our op, but I've heard lots of other people that we've talked to are having powdery mildew and fusarium and botrytis issues because of the elevated humidity.
Yeah, so, and it's sticking around for a week or two now.
Yeah, you had everything was flooded. It was just dumping humidity into the area all the time. So never got a break.
Also, Jacob wants to know, which do you prefer to grow from, seed, clone, or tissue culture? And Jessica wants to know, can you go noodling?
Yes, we can go noodling, but
there's also 100-pound alligator snapping turtles down here that I've seen personally. So
yeah,
that kind of shoos me away from the noodling group.
Yeah, he thought it was a log.
I thought it was crossing the street. With all the flooding, we've displaced a bunch of turtles, and it was coming across the road, and I thought it was a tire at first until it started moving, and that I was excited about noodling until I saw that, and that took me right out of the running.
Yeah, it looks like fun, but I'm not going to stick my arm down in a hole under muddy water and hope that I catch a catfish.
Yeah, more secure.
Yep. Same exact thing. And they do that shit in the Amazon. I'm like, there is no way in hell I'm doing that.
Too much scary biology.
Electric eels there and everything else. Like a whole other level of crazy.
Like an alligator gar and shit like that.
What about just losing your hand? It's like it'll just shock you and you're done.
We've seen some decent sized gar with the water up too.
Yeah, we've seen some good 5-6 foot gar out there too. So that's go work on bow hunting this weekend. Bow hunting or bow fishing. I'm sorry, bow fishing. That'll be fun. Haven't done that since I was a kid. That was a good one.
Yeah.
So, anybody else have any other questions for the grow? Probably don't have much more time. It's closing in on us.
I think it's a lot of fun tonight. You guys being out there, and there's a little storm chasing you away, but the whole thing. But it doesn't hurt once in a while. That we don't have to go 3 hours and still get a lot of good information. Have a nice show. So
yeah,
it's good.
I heard a couple people that I've seen online real quick that are having issues with their aquaponic systems with root issues. I would suggest treating them with lactobacillus at a 1 to 500, so 1 gallon for every 500 gallons in your system for treatment of a root problem or root pathogen, or if you think you have a slime buildup or something else nasty. The other thing that works really well for helping clear up, buildup or line buildup or that kind of stuff is never mind. Not on sale yet. I can't talk about that. Never mind. Forgot. Product that'll be out soon that you can use for that. That's microbial that works pretty well. But I don't think I'm supposed to mention it yet until we have them on. So
That would be great.
all right. Well, why don't you tell everybody how to find you there? I know you can find Marty at AP Meds on YouTube or Instagram. Why don't you tell everybody to find you, Mr. Green Jeans?
greenjeansgarden.com. Just send me an email. Thank you. Or I'm also on Instagram at I think it's I don't know. Sorry, Mrs. Green Jeans runs it.
And she's
Mr.
doing a
Green
very
Jeans
nice
Garden.
job too. She's doing a great job.
Thank you.
You got one of
Thanks
those
a lot.
pictures out there to be a print that you could sell in the store. You and your son walking up from behind. The pictures from behind you. People would put that on their wall at the cabin and stuff. So
She takes really good pictures. She's a really good photographer.
nice picture. Yeah.
Thanks.
Some nice flowers she took pictures of too. Yeah.
What about you, Roger?
Well, I've got accounts set up at Instagram, Roger Latewood at Instagram and YouTube, and I really don't have. I mean, not YouTube. I do have an account at YouTube also, but and at Facebook, and mostly that's there. I haven't really put much input because I haven't got anything I could show anybody for a while. But I wanted to give people a way to find me, and you can also come and join our forum at support.ilovegrowingmarijuana.com. and talk to any and become part of the community there. It's a very well-behaved community with a lot of great information, a lot of great moderators and senior active members, and you can get almost real-time help there a lot. So a lot of times it's hard to get an answer now, and if you're getting, we so you can come over there and we'll check in. And if you want to get a question from me or anybody that I know, just put Latewood in the title of your post. And if I don't see it right away, one of my moderators will let me know about it, and I'll get back to you with an answer if they haven't already answered you to your satisfaction.
Awesome. Well, you can find me at Potent Ponics on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, all the other places, your favorite podcast app. You can also find us if you want to stop by the dispensary over at Kind Alternative in Glenpool, Oklahoma. And
just keep up with us at Reap Oklahoma.
Yeah, Reap Oklahoma on Instagram. So, all right, we'll catch you guys again next week. We're gonna go dodge this thunderstorm. Cheers.
Stay dry.
Thanks.